Hello students, today we are going to see another social institution, that is family. So you can see in this image the family is there. So what actually the family is? Let's see. So here we have the meaning of family. So a family is a group of people. So as we have seen, you can see in this image the group of people is there. And this family word has arrived from the Latin word familia. And the meaning of this word familia is a group of people. So, a family is a group of people affiliated either by consanguinity, that means by birth or with the blood relations they are affiliated, they are attached or they are connected with each other. So, that is the either by the consanguinity, affinity, or by co-residence or combination of this. Affinity, that means with the attraction, they have the one individual is having attraction towards the another individual. So the consanguinity, the affinity, or by the co-residence in the sense of they are sharing the same residence. So that is the co-residency or combination of this. Combination of this means anything from all these things, that is consanguinity might be there, affinity might be there, co-residence might be there, and the mixture of all these three things might be there. So that is called as the family. So the actual family meaning is the group of people, those who are living together and they are having a same goal to accomplish it. So that is called as your family, and this type of institutions are called as family. And when we talk about this family, as we have discussed in our earlier lectures also, the family is a basic or preliminary unit of the society, we can say. The first institution we can say. So that is your family. So this meaning is clear that family is a group of people affiliated either by the consanguinity, affinity, or co-resistance, or anything from this. That means combination of all these things can lead to that can develop the family. So that is your group of people. After the meaning of family, we have next is definition of family. So here we have taken three definitions of family given by the different sociologists. So the first definition is given by this McLever, and according to McLever, family is a group defined by a sex relationship. That means the sexual or intimate relationship is there between that both the partners, the male and female. So it is defined by the sex relationship sufficiently precise and ensuring to provide for the procreation and upbringing of children. That means the partners, males and female partners, are having the sex relationships or intimate relationship they are having, the procreation also they are involving, and this procreation leads to the upbringing of children. That means procreation, that means they are giving birth, they are involving in the activity which can give birth to the new offspring, new children or new baby, and that the raising of that baby, that means upbringing of the children, they are after giving the birth to that baby, they are going to involved in the upbringing. That means the raising of the children they are going to do, they are going to raise the children with each other. So that is called as your family according to this McLever. So which is a very simple definition of this family, the sex relationship which ensures the procreation and also the upbringing, because procreation will be there, then that the product of that procreation, the baby, or we can say the offspring of that procreation, them we have to raise, or them the upbringing of that we have to do. So that is the definition of family according to McLever. After that, another definition of family we have that is given by Elliot and Merrill. According to Elliot and Merrill, family is the biological social unit. Biological social unit, that means biological traits are there. So the biological social unit composed of husband and wife and children. So these three main components we can say, or three main personals we can say of the family. So based on this Elliot and Merrill, a biological unit, because as we have seen the biological unit, that means the male and females are going to involve in the sexual relationship, and that is going to give birth to the new baby or new creator, and that is called as children. And this is how this three personals, that means husband, wife and children, will be involved, and that's why it is a biological social unit. Because social unit, it is already a social unit, because they are interacting with each other, they are selecting the partner. After the institutionalization of marriage, they are establishing a family, and after establishing a family, they are giving birth to this children. So already the interactions between all these members are there. The social system it is already has, and this biological relationships involve this all the things, and these three main personals are there in this family. And that is the definition of your family according to Elliot and Merrill. After that, the another definition of marriage we have, that is family. Another definition of family we have, that is family is a system of relationships existing between parents and children. Parents, that means again your husband and your wife. So there will be the existing relationships between the husband and wife and their children, the parents and their children. That means parents are going to establish, or parents will have the relationship with the children, and that goal will be in the upbringing of that children. So that is called as your family, and that definition is given by the Clare. After the definition of family, next we have the characteristics of family. So here we have some characteristics of family. So mainly the characteristics of family has been described in two types: the formative characteristics and the other is your general characteristics. Formative, that means some specific things are there, some specific characteristics of family is there, and after that we also have the general characteristics of family. Let's see all these characteristics one by one. So the first one is universal. So obviously the family is a universal, that means in whole universe, whether it is any state, whether it is any countries, in everywhere we can see the family. So that's why it is called as the main characteristics. The formative one characteristics is universe. That means the families are a universals. Everywhere you can go and you can see the family. So that's why it is a families. Everywhere the two partners will be involved in the process of marriage, and they are going to give birth to the baby, and they are going to establish a family. So that's why it is a universal process or universal thing which will be seen everywhere in every corner of the world. So that is, it is a universal. After that, the emotional basis. Emotional basis, that means the members of that family, the parents and the children and the members of that families are connected with each other with the emotions. The love will be there, the affection will be there, the belongingness will be there, and this is how they are involved in this the emotional basis this family is having. So the love, affection, belongingness will be there among that family members. So that's why it has some emotional basis. Then the next characteristics of family is formative influence. Formative, that means to form something new. Formative influence, that means the family will be helpful, or family is going to mold the personality of the babies or of the children in that particular family. So the children, they are going to mold the personality, they are going to mold the behavior of their children, they are going to teach them a discipline. So this is how it is going to form something new in that particular children. So that's why it is called as the family is having the formative influence. That means the formulation in the molding of molding of the personality, formation will be there, the formative influence will be there in the development of the in that children. So that's why it is called as it has the formative influence. After that, the next formative characteristics is family size. So this family size varies from families to families. If it is a nuclear family, the size of the family will be the less number of family members will be there. So that family size it depends on the number of family members, that how many number of family members are there. So in some of the family, so many family members will be there, the number will be increased. In some of the family, very less family members will be there. So that is the family size, the number of family. Then another thing is your family members. That means what type of authority or what type of power the family members are having, the what type of work responsibilities they are having. So that is the family members. So in different families, different responsibilities and different division of the work will be there in that family. So that is the family members. Then the next is social regulations. So that is the another characteristics of family. This family is going to lead to the social regulations, because to run the families there will be the discipline, and that discipline will lead to the social regulations, how to talk with each other, how to behave, what is good manners, so that all the things will be taught to them. So the social regulations will be there. The families will be able to regulate the society as well, because these families will club together and they are going to form the society. And what disciplines are there in the family, that will be traveled to the society as well. So thus for social regulations also the family is important. The another characteristics is your name system. Name system in the sense of all the families are having their identity. That means all the families are having a different name system. They are getting a identity from their ancestors. So from the ancestors they got the name for their family, and that is going to be got by this family, the new family as well. So that is the name system of the family. So the specific name or specific identity they are going to get in the family, and from that identity they will be recognized. Then the next is your descent system. Descent system, that means what the family is getting from their ancestors. So that is called as descent system. So the descent system is the another characteristics of this family. That means they are going to get some disciplines, they are going to get some properties, or they are going to get names from the ancestors. So that is the descent system. So these all are the formative, or we can say some specific characteristics of the family. After that, we have another characteristics of the family, that is some general characteristics also we have. Let's see. So the first general characteristics of family is the mating relationship. So as we also have learned in the marriage also, the mating will be there. That means the male and females are going to involved in some sexual activities, and that is called as the mating relationships. So this mating relationships will allow them to fulfill the basic sexual need of that couples as well. Apart from that, it will be helpful for them to give a birth to another creature, so that the another live organism, the another live human beings will be there. So that birth to another babies or another children they are going to give them, and they will be involved in the upbringing of that children. So this is how the marriage is the mating relationships, where they are going to give birth to the babies, and this is how they are going to satisfy their sexual needs as well. So the sexual needs or sexual desire, as we have learned, that is also a basic need of the human being's life. So that will be met by the marriage. So the mating relationship is the another characteristics of the family that will be fulfilled by the family after getting the marriage. Then the next is marriage. So as we have learned, the marriage, after looking for the mates and after involving in some marital rituals, they are going to involve the family. So to create a family, to make a family socially acceptable, the marriage is important. So the family is having another characteristic, that is marriage. So this marriage is going to convert the ritual of the marriage, or the procession of the marriage is going to convert the two different individuals into one socially acceptable family. So that marriage is the another characteristics, and that two individuals are going to run the one institutions that will be converted into one institution, that is your family. So the marriage. The next characteristics is nomenclature system. That means as we have seen, the family members, the children are going to get the identity from the ancestors. That means the specific, when even the birth of the babies will be there, they also will be given some name. So that is called as the nomenclature system. That particular family is going to give name to the newly born baby. So that is called as nomenclature system. So when they give the name to that baby, in that the two individuals will be involved in that process, the mother and the father. So the name they can give from the mother's name as well, from the father's name as well. So if they are and either from the mixture of the mother and father's name as well. So from the mother's side and from the father's family side. So that is called as patrilineal. If the babies are getting name or getting identity from their father's family, so that will be called as patrilineal. If they are getting identity or getting name from the maternal family side, then it will be called as matrilineal. And from the both side, if they are getting the identities, then it will be called as bilineal. So that is the nomenclature system of the family, and that is the another one characteristics of the marriage. After that, economic provisions. So this family is going to give economic provision to the family members. That means the grandparents, the head of the family, will have the responsibility to give some economical help to their children. So that is the economic provisions will be possible in this family, because the whatever things or whatever property or whatever economical sources the grandparents are having, they are going to give that to the newly wedded couples or the children's as well, they are going to give it. So the economical provisions, the giving the responsibility to provide all these things is on the grandparents or the head of the family. So that economical provisions will be there. Then the last characteristics is a common habitation. Common habitation, that means a place where they are living. So after getting marriage, when the couple establishes a family, at that time it is very important to live in a common space. So a common habitation, that means they are sharing a common place to live their life. and this is how only it will be possible to share the responsibility, and this is how it will be possible to raise their children when they will be sharing the common place to live. So to or the common residence when they share, so that is called as a common habitation. So that is also general characteristics of this family. So the common habitation, either when this couple, that means the male and females are going to get married, so this habitation, that means the residence, or we can say the home, they are going to get from the male side, or they are going to get from the female side. That means the female parents also can provide this facility, or the husband's parents also can provide this type of facilities. So when they are going to live, or they are going to reside at the father's side, that means the husband's family side, so that will be called as patrilocal residence. When it will be on the mother's side, it will be called as matrilocal residence. And when they are going to establish their own place, they are going to find out their own place to live in, to reside in, at that time it will be called as neolocal. So this type of residence they are going to get after the marriage. So this is the common, or we can say the general characteristics of family. So this is your all characteristics what we have seen: the mating relationship, the marriage, the nomenclature system, the economic provision, and a common habitation. So these all are the general or common characteristics of our families, what you can see in all the families. And apart from that, some specific, or we can say the formal characteristics what we have seen, that is your universal, emotional basis, formative influence, family size and family members, social regulations, name system, and descent system. So these all are the formative characteristics of the family. After the characteristics, next we have the types of family. So mainly these all types of family we have. The first one is your nuclear family, second is your joint family, third is your childless family, the fourth one is your grandparent family, and the fifth one is your single parent family. So all these 5 types we'll see one by one. So the first one is your nuclear family. So when we talk about a nuclear family, or you can say single family. So nuclear family, that means only the husband and wife and their children will be there. So you can see this husband and wife and their children. So that is called as your nuclear family. No any of the relatives will be there. That is called as your single family, or we can say the nuclear family. The less family members will be there in this type of family. So that is only the husband, only the wife and their children. So they are going to live together. They are going to share the common residence or common habitation. So that is called as your nuclear family. Nowadays in our country, the maximum this nuclear family you can see. So what will be the advantages of this nuclear or single family? So here we have the advantages of nuclear family. So the first one is your personality development. When this type of nuclear family will be there, the children's and the family member, the children's and the parents, there won't be any barrier between them for the communication. So the children will be openly share all the experiences or all the problems. They can openly discuss with their parents, and the parents also can openly give them a suggestion. So any issues can be discussed in this type of family, because it is a very small family and there is a less number or less members of families are less members in the families are present, and because of that the direct interactions between the members also will be possible. At the same time, any issues can be openly discussed in this type of families, and all the problems of children's directly will be solved by the mother and father. So that's why it is going to be helpful for the personality development, and this is how that will be helping them for the development of the personality of their children. So the personality development, for that also this nuclear family is important or advantageous. After that, the next advantage is your status of females. Status of females. So in this type of family, whether it is a girl child or whether it is a wife, so both the females are going to get their existence, they are going to get the values. So the female child is also going to get the same importance as the male child, as well as the females, the respect of the females, the value of the females will be there, as the females also will be the working. At the same time, they can do all the activities by their own, they can take all the decisions by their own, they don't have to ask for the permission from their grandparents, as well as how they want to run their house, what is their wishes in running their house, that all the things they can do it by their own self, and there won't be any restrictions. Even the females are going to get help from their husbands as well in the household things, so that will be helpful for them to maintain their status and maintain their value as well. At the same time, the husbands also will take care of the females, so this is how the status of the females will be maintained, and all the things, the arrangement of their house, the decisions of their house, the females also will be able to take, and this is how it will be helpful for the maintaining the status of the female in the family. At the same time, the values also will be maintained for the females, whether it is daughter or whether it is wife. So that is the status of females, the another advantage of this nuclear family. Then the next is family planning. So in this type of nuclear families, the couples can couples can use the family planning methods according to their wishes. There won't be any influence of the family members, and for reducing the economical burdens, they can restrict the they can restrict the birth of the children, as well as they also can maintain the spacing. That means the period of the birth giving also they can prevent. That means they can keep a space between two children as well, and this is how they also will be able to prevent they also will restrict their family to only one children, so that they can reduce the risk of the economical burden as well. And this is how in the family planning also there won't be any influence to that couple, and this is how the family planning will be another advantage of this type of families. After that, economical advantage. So the economical advantage in this family is that the very less number of family members are there, so there won't be any heavy burden for the economical resources or services. At the same time, the wife and the husbands both will do the job and both will facilitate each other for the economical resources, and the economical advantage will be there. So that will be the benefit of this type of family. Because of less number of family members and because of less number of less number of family members, at the same time 2 earning peoples will be there, so they will be able to take care of their children as well. Even they can give them a good education and they can take admission of that in the good schools as well. So that will be the economical advantage of this type of family, the nuclear family. Then next is family environment. So when we talk about the family environment, the love and affections will be there, the feeling of warmth will be there, the feeling of belongingness will be there in the family members. So the pleasant and peaceful environment will be there. The main thing, the peace will be there, because the conflicts will be less, because the number of family members are less and they don't have to adjust with the more family members, and this is how the peaceful family environment will be maintained in this type of nuclear family. After that, responsibilities of family member. So only 2 members will be there, so the responsibilities will be divided between both the members, the mother and father, and this is how they will do their work efficiently and the responsibilities will be divided, so that's why there won't be any workload. Also the family conflicts, as we have seen in the family environment, the peaceful environment will be there. So the same thing will be applicable here, that less family members are there, so the less conflicts in the family will be there, because the couple can take all the decisions by their own, and this is how the less conflicts will be there in that type of family. So these all are the advantages of nuclear family. So the nuclear family, that means, as we have seen, only the children and the mother, fathers, or we can say parents will be there. So that is a nuclear family, and these all are the advantages of your nuclear family. After that, next we have in this nuclear family is disadvantages of nuclear family. Disadvantages. So as this nuclear family is having so many advantages, but at the same time it has some disadvantages as well. So the first disadvantages is economic drawback. Economic drawback in the sense, if only one earning person is there, at that time it might be the economical drawback, or when the main earning persons, when they are sick or when they are ill, so in that conditions, or in the condition of death of the main earning person, at that time the economical loss might be there, and sometimes if there is any accidents or any emergency situations is there, so in that conditions the financial issues will be there, and that will be the economic drawback of this type of family, because there won't be any grandparents or anyone else to help them out, any other relatives to help them out. And that is why it has the economical drawback, because if the only one earning person is there and that earning persons will feel sick or any accidental injuries will be there, the source of income will be destroyed, and because of that it has the economic drawback as well. After that, the another disadvantages is children's security issue, because no one else will be there in their family. So whenever if the mother and father, both the partners are working, both the partners are doing job, at that time they have to keep one attendant, or they have to the children will be raised by their servants, so there are less security of the children, as well as even they have to send their children in the creche during their childhood period. So the personality development also might be the problem, the raising or rearing of the children also might be the problem, because they don't have any other to take care of their children. So that's why there is a problem of this children security. After that, the another disadvantages of this type of nuclear family is socialization decreases. So as we have seen, nuclear family, that means less family members will be there. So less interaction will be there. And that is how the children will be maximally all the time they will be alone only. So they are not going to involve with their any other brothers or sisters or any cousins or any other relatives, and because of that the socialization process will be decreased, because there will be the minimal or less interactions, because whole day the mother and father they will be on the job, and because of that all the time, the maximum time the children will be alone, and that will lead to the decreased socialization. At the same time, the loneliness will be there, because all the time children will be alone only. Either they will be with their servants or the attendants, or they will be in the crash. So that's why the loneliness will be there, because the whole day they were not going to get that love and affection, because both the parents will be on the job. So that's why it is a loneliness. And at the same time, security problem in the sense of the financial issues only, that if the sudden accidents or any medical emergencies are there, they won't have any specific security to fulfill all that needs. So this all the type of disadvantages will be there in the nuclear family. So that is all about your nuclear family, in which we have seen the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear family, or we can say the single family, where only the couple, that means the mother and father, or we can say the parents will be there, and their children will be there. So that is your nuclear family. After that, the another type of family we have, that is your joint family. Joint family. So you can see in this image, in joint family, there will be so many family members. Either there will be the mother and father and their children and the grandparents. So that will also be called as joint family, or else the mother, father, their cousins, the cousins of the mother, father, the brother and sisters of the mother, fathers, and their children also will live together. So that type of families are called as joint family, or else we can say the extended family. Because this is how this family is extended, the joint family. The grandparents are there, the mother, father and their children are there, the cousins and their children are there, the uncle, aunties and everyone will be there. So that type of families are called as extended family, where there will be the relatives as well with the grandparents. So that is called as the joint family, or we can say extended family. So compared to the nuclear family, the family members will be increased in this type of joint family or extended family. At the same time, the number of family members also will be increased. So that is your joint family. Let's see the advantages of this type of joint family. So the first advantage is stable and durable. That means the stability will be there in that family. That means if any emergency is coming, that is not going to much affect that particular family, because so many earning persons are also there. At the same time, it is durable. That means it is resistant. The whatever breakage will be there, whatever problems will be there, it will be considered as the problem of the whole family. So it is a durability will be there in that family, and whole family will fight to that particular problem. So it has a durability as well and the stability as well. Then the next is personality development. So in this type of joint family also, the personality development will be very quickly, even the unnoticeable, that is not going to come in the notice of the parents as well, and this is how the children's personality will be developed. because the children's maximum of the behavior they are learning from their parents and from the family members, those who are observing the imitations. By imitations they are learning everything, and so many family members will be there, and the children are going to observe that and they are going to learn everything. And this is how the molding of the personality will take place very quickly, even that will be unnoticeable. So that is the personality development will be the benefit of this type of joint family. After that, the another thing is your discipline. So in this type of joint or extended family, the discipline will be there, because there will be the norms in this type of families. There will be the specific rules and regulations, and of all the maximum activities, the head of the families, they have to ask for the permission and then they can do that. So this is how it can maintain the discipline in the family. Whatever activities the children has to do, they have to take permission from their grandparents, and this is how the rules and regulations will be there, and that will be equal for all the family members, and this is how children will learn to stay in the discipline. So the discipline is the another advantage of this type of joint family. Then the next one is socialization. So many family members are there, so interactions also will be increased. The different relationships will be there. The sisters, brothers, cousins, and everyone will be there. Uncle, auntie, and other relatives also will be there. So the interactions will be high, and this is how this type of the children's, those who will be raised in this type of joint family, they are going to get chance for more interactions, and this is how it will be easy for them also to involve in the society also. So the socialization also will be easy for this type of family. After that, care of elderly people. So in this type of joint family, whenever the elders are there, the elders will be taken care where it will be good for them, because so many family members will be there, and all the family members will get time to take care of that particular elders. So that's why the care of elderly people will be easy in this type of family, because of because of high number of family members. So they can adjust their times, adjust their schedules, and they can take care effectively of their family members, mainly these elderly peoples in their family. So the care of elderly people will be easy in this type of family. After that, family environment. So when we talk about family environment in this type of joint family, at that time they will have a pleasant environment, the happy environment will be there, so many family members will be there, and the number of children also will be increased, and because of that all the times the family will be happy. So that is the family environment. Then division of labor. So all the works will be divided among all the family members. So the work will be divided, so the burden will be reduced. So this is how the division of labor. So that means the only one family member has not to take so many hurdles and so many burdens on their self. Apart from instead of that, all the labor, all the work will be divided among all the members. So equality in the division of the labor will be there. Then provides recreation. So the elderly people also will be there, the children also will be there. So all the times there will be the recreation in the family. So the recreational activities are also going to take place. The children's will the play activity of the children's, and the elder people also are going to involved in this type of recreation. So this is how that is going to lead to the recreational activities. Then the another benefit is provides psychological satisfaction. So psychological satisfaction, all the family members can give each other a psychological support in the emergency situation or in any difficult situation. So the emotional support also will be provided to all the family members. From they also will get the psychological support from the different family members, and this is how it will be easy for them, the psychological satisfaction they are going to get. And main important thing that this joint family or extended family is an agency for social control, because as we have seen, it will be controlled by the head of the family. The discipline will be there, the rules and regulations will be there, and all the family members has to follow these rules and regulations. So this is how it is an agency for social control. After that, advantages of joint family. Next we have disadvantages of joint family, or we can say the extended family. So the first disadvantage is economic instability. How economic instability? Because so many family members will be there, so many relatives will be there in the joint family, and all the relatives or all the family members or all the earning persons will have a different salary scale, or the earnings of all the members will be different. At the same time, when what will happen, if the one person who is earning more, if they wants to send their children in a good school, with a high salary, with a high cost of education, if they want to spend on their children's at that time, the other family members might have some problems in that. So this is how the economic instability will be there. The next disadvantages is the exploitation. When one family member will start using the other family members for their own benefits, so that is called as the exploitation. When all the family members are not earning equally, but one or family member who is earning more, they have to spend money for all the family members. So from that salary, the distribution will be there on the other family members as well. Those who are not earning much, or those who are having a very less source of income. So this type of things also will be there. So that will be the disadvantages of joint family. After that, distribution of capital. So in this type of joint family, the capital or the property what the family is having, that will be divided equally among all the relatives, equally among all the cousins, brothers, sister, other cousins, the children of the uncle, aunties and everything. And because of that, the distribution of capitals will be there. And at the same time, the capital distributions, that means the expenditure on that capital distributions also will be increased. Then the next is lack of privacy. So in this type of family, the married couple will not have much time to talk with each other. Either if they want to talk with each other or they want to spend some personal time with each other, they will need a space, and that space they are not going to get in this type of family, because so many family members will be there, and all the times they will be crowded with this type of with other family members, and because of that they won't get time to talk with each other as well, and personal spaces they will not get. So the lack of privacies will be there. The another disadvantage is your decision making, because in this type of families, not any single decisions they will be able to take by their own self. To take all the decisions, they have to get permissions, they have to discuss that all the things with all the family members, and the head of the family will run this type of family. So they have to, all the time they have to ask to that head of the family for taking any type of decisions. At the same time, the opinions has to be taken, and all the time the opinions will be in a different way. Everyone won't have a same opinion in a one single situation. So the decision making also will be the issues in this type of joint family. So this all are the disadvantages of joint family. So that we have seen the joint family or extended family. The next we have childless family. Childless family in the sense of only the male partner and the female partner will be there. Either they will have some issues in bearing, they will have the issues in the procreation or giving birth to the children, or by the own willingness they are not going to give birth to the children, and in that case they will be the childless. So that is the another type of family. Both the individuals will be mutually interested to spend this type of life without their children, and they will happily spend their life with each other. So that type of families will be called as childless family. After that, the another type of family we have, that is the step family. Step family, that means the mother, the female wife and the husband from the previously marriage, if they are separated, then they will decide to get married, and the children from the previous marriage also will be with them, and they will also take care of the children. They will also create one family with that the children of that previous marriages as well. So you can see in this image the husband and the wife, they are getting the remarriage they are going to do after the marriage. So the end of the previous marriage will lead to this type of marriage, and that type of families will be called as step family. So the children from the previous marriage also will be the part of this type of family, and that is called as your step family. And after that, the another type of family we have, that is our grandparent family. Grandparent family, that means all the parents, the grandparents, that means the grandparents are going to take care of the grandchildren. So that type of families are called as grandparent families, and maximally from 14 children, one children will be raised by this type of grandparents. The reason might be the abandonment of the parents, or the death of the parents, or any accidental injuries of the parents, or in the case of both the parents are doing the job at that time, this type of children will be raised by their grandparents. So that type of family where the grandparents are taking care of their grandchildren, that will be called as the grandparent family. And after that, the last type of the family we have, that is our single parent family. In which type of family only the single parent will be there, the mother, either the father. So the only mother will be there who is going to take care of the children, or else only the husband, that means father, will be there to take care of the children. In case of the separation or divorce, or in case of the death of the any one parent, so that is called as your single parent. So these all are the types of families. So in this different types of families, we have seen the nuclear family, then joint, or we can say the extended family, then we have seen the step family, then we have seen the single parent family and grandparent family. So these all are the types of families. After the types of family, the next sub point we have, that is functions and roles of family. So functions and roles of family, the family is playing a different role and functions. So the first function or role of the family, we can say, that is the protection. That means the family is going to protect all the family members, the physical protection, the psychological protection, the emotional protection, all the protections they are going to give to their family members, because whatever physical, psychological or emotional problems are coming on the family, are coming in the family, that will be protected, or that will be that will be faced by all the family members. So whenever this type of issues will be there, that is going to get protection from all the family members. So that's why the protection, the emotional, physical and psychological protection the family is going to give us. So that is the functions, or we can say the role of family. The next, another function of the family is love and affection. So the family is going to provide love and affection, the feeling of warmth that is going to give us, the feeling of belongingness it is going to give the family members. So that is also a main role of this type of family. Then the next is reproduction. So as we have seen, in the family, the husband and wife, they will be involved in the process of procreation, and they are going to give birth to the baby, or they are going to give birth to the new offspring. So this is how the process of reproduction will be there, and this family will play a role in maintaining the generations of the family. The continuity of the generations will be maintained by this type of families. So the reproductions will be there. They are also going to involved in the process of child upbringing and child rearing. So that will be the another function, or we can say the role of family. Then the next one is satisfaction of sexual need. So as we have already seen, the sex is also basic need of human beings' life, just like the hunger and the thirst. So the family is also going to allow us for the sexual, to satisfy the sexual need as well of the partners. After that, the next is economic function. So as we have seen, the family is going to give us economical support. The properties we are also going to get from our grandparents. So this is how the economical functions in that also that will be helping us, this type of family. Even the characteristics what we have seen in that, the grandparents are going to be help us out their children's after the marriage to in the areas of this economical. So the economical functions also will be there, that also will be played by this type of families. So these all are the roles and functions of the family. The another function is your socialization. So as we have seen, the socialization in family, the children will be getting chance to interact with each other. Even they are going to play with the cousins. The play activities also will be there. They are going to the studies also they are going to do with each other. So they will involve in the study, they will involve in the play activities, even the quarrels also they are going to do together. So they are going to form a good group, and they are going to get a companies, and these things will lead to a good socialization process. So these all are the roles and functions of the family. After that, next point we have, that is characteristics of healthy family. Characteristics of healthy family. How should be a healthy family? So what all the things will be there in the healthy family? So the first thing is love. So as we have seen, the affection will be there, the feeling of belongingness will be there, the love for each other, the love for each family members, the love towards all the family members will be there. So the love will be the main important characteristics of a healthy families, that the selfless love will be there among the husband and wife, among the children, among the grandparents and everyone. So the love will be there, the affection will be there, the belongingness will be there. Then the trust. The family is an institution, the first institution from where the children are going to learn the trust. So after the birth, when progressively there will be the growth and development of the children, in that time of period, the children are going to learn trusting the family members, and from that families only they are going to learn this trust. So that trust will be there, the trust will be the part of the family. The trust will be the characteristics of the healthy family. After that, the next is peace. So, the family will have a peace. The mutual understanding will be there. The mutual understanding between the relationships, between the conflicts will be there. So, the family will have a peace. Though there will be the problems, but that problems will be dealt by all the family members, and at the end the peace will be there. So, the peace will be there. Then the patience will be there. The patience is also good characteristics of any family, where all the individuals or all the family members are going to listen each other. They are going to control their temper tantrum, and they are going to listen each other as well. They will keep quiet when they are feeling aggressive. So that patience is very important. So that is also characteristics to save the ruined relations. Equally, the family members will have a kindness on each other. So the kindness will be the another characteristics. Then gentleness. So as the family members also will be the kind and gentle, children also are going to imitate this type of behavior. So how the family members or how the members will be reacting in any situation, the children are also going to learn all these things by the imitation. So that's why the kindness and gentleness is also characteristics of family and important characteristics, because as the parent or as the mother and fathers are going to behave, or as they are going to communicate, the children are also learning that all the things from them. And also the self-control and the discipline. Self-control and the discipline. The discipline, that means the rules and regulations what the family is having, that should be followed by each family members, and then also the children are also going to follow that rules and regulations. So that will lead to a good discipline in the family, and that will be exerted into the society as well. So that's why the discipline is also good characteristics of a family. And the self-control. When the individual will gain the self-control, all the above aspects of this characteristics in the family, for that the self-control is very important area. So the self-control is also good characteristics, is also one characteristics of your healthy family. When there will be the self-control, automatically this all the characteristics will be there. So that is about the characteristics of a family. The next we have family cycle. So let's see our family cycle. So in that different stages we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 stages in this family cycle we have. The first stage is single young adult. Single young adult. That means single young adult, when they are going single young adult, the single young adult are going to search for their mate. So and that they are going to look for the companion, a good companion, and that young adult, when they will be in the age group of this young adulthood, at that time they will look for the partner, they will look for a good companionship, they will look for the process of procreation, and that will lead them to go for the search for the mate or a search for the partner, and that is going to convert it into new couple. And this couple will be there, they are going to involve in the process of engagement and marriage, and after that marriage the couple is going to involve in the process of procreation, and they are going to give birth to the children, and after that they will be converted into couple with children. So this children's, now the couple those who are having already the children. So they are going to take care of that children. They will be involved in the process of upbringing of the children and rearing of the children. And after that children will be come in the period of teenager. And this couple with teenager, again they are going to involve the teenager. Then after that teenager and adulthood period, they are also going to seek, they will also go for looking the mate for themselves. And then the teenager, after that they will launch the children, and after that the late adulthood will be there. And in this late adulthood, they are going to take care of this late adulthood period. So the launching of children, before that couple with teenager will be there, and before that couple with children will be there, the new couple and the adult. That means a single young adult will be involved in the process of marriage. They will form the couple. After that, couple is going to give birth to the baby, and that will be raised by that couple. The teenager period will be there. Then the launching of the children will be there, and lately they will be converted into late adulthood, and in that late adulthood the children are going to take care of them. So this is the whole family cycle, and from this the family cycle will be repeated. Again, after that late adulthood, they will become a grandparents, and their children will go for looking the mates for themselves, and again they also will be involved in this process of marriage and establishing family, and again they are also going to give birth. So this is how the continuity of the generations will be maintained. So this is your family cycle. After that, here we have some basic needs of family. So in this basic need of family, the first need of the family is need for reproduction. So there will be the need of reproduction. The procreation process is going to take place, and they are going to reproduce. They are going to give birth to the baby. So the need for reproduction will be there, because they need to maintain the continuity. They need to maintain the continuity of generation. They are going to pass, they will be involved in the descents as well. They are going to pass the generation to generation. So the need for reproduction will be there. Then sexual satisfaction will be there among the couples. So after that, the upbringing of children. So the children will be raised into that family. Then economical needs also will be satisfied. Psychological and emotional needs also will be satisfied in that family. Then some social needs also will be satisfied, and religion need. So these all are the basic need of family, we can say, which should be fulfilled, because this reproduction is the basic need of the family, and then sexual satisfaction is also the basic need of the family. The upbringing of the children, the economic need, psychological and emotional need, social need, and religion need. So the next is major problems faced by family. So this all are the problems which are faced by the families. So the first one is the abuse. Abuse in the sense of not only the physical abuse, not only the physical injury, but injury to the soul, injury to the minds are also called as abuse. So sometimes in the families, the elderly abuse will be there. So that type of problems might be there. The verbal abuse will be there. Then the next problem is your addiction. Addiction is your physically or physiologically, the individual will be depending on any substances, and they won't be able to survive without that substance. So that state will be called as your addiction. For an example, any alcoholism or a smoking. So the family member will be totally dependent on that type of any substances. So that is the addiction. Then suicide. When any family member is helpful or feeling hopeless, at that time they can involve in this type of activities, the self-harming or self-killing type of activities they will be involved, and that is your suicide. The next problems, the common problems which is faced by the family, that is divorce or the separation we can say, because when the couples will no longer be able to maintain that relationship, at that time they will decide to get divorce. Then lack of time or poor time management, so the activities won't be managed properly and that will create a conflict among the family members. So the lack of time or the poor time management will be the issue in the family. Then the materialistic thinking. Materialistic thinking in the sense of all the times the family members or any one single family member or a husband or a wife, all the time they will be involved in the activity, like their focus will be only on the luxury of the life and getting the expensive things and everything. So that is the materialistic thinking. All the time the materialistic thinking will be involved. So that is also the problem. Then lack of discipline. When no one is following rules and regulations of that family, there is no specific timings for doing any activities, at that time the lack of discipline will be the issues. Then lack of communication, and that lack of communication will lead to some conflicts in the family members, quarrels in the family members. Then the financial burden. When there is any emergency situation, any crisis, at that time the financial burden will be there. The balance. Next is the balance of work and family. So there will be the problem in balance of work as well as in the family. So that is, and already what we have seen, that is your materialistic thinking. So these all will be the common problems which will be faced by the family. After that, the next we have, that is importance of interdependence of family member. Why it is important? Why the family members are interdependent on each other? So we also experience that in our day-to-day life. We also do that same thing, that not a single work we can do by ourselves. We need a help from someone. For an example, the husband needs or help or support from the wife. Either it is a physical either it is a support in any physical activities, or the help in any physical activities or any household activities, or that might be the emotional support as well. So husband and wife needs a support from each other. At the same time, in taking care of the children also, they need support of each other. Even they need help from the economical support also they need from their grandparents. The children needs economical support from the grandparents. The mother and father will need support from their parents, their maternal or paternal parents, or maternal or paternal families. So this is how each and every individuals are dependent on each other. When they are raising the children also, at that time the presence of both the husband and wife, both the parents should be there. So they are also going to play a role in a different activities, like the educational activities will deal by the mother, or the any other curricular activities will be dealt by the father. So this is how all the individuals in the family are interdependent on each other. Even in the old aged period, this grandparents will also need a help from their daughter and son to take care of their daily routines, to take care of their illness and sickness. So the interdependence of family is very important, because they are getting all the help from each other. So that is about the importance of interdependence of family member. So this was about our today's topic, that is the families, in which we have seen the different types the advantages and disadvantages of different types of family, then your characteristics in that formative and general characteristics also we have seen, then some roles or we can say the important functions of the families also we have seen, the need of the family we have seen, even we have completed the family cycle and the interdependence of family members on each other. So that's it about today's topic. Thank you.